right, trying to, liven it up a little bit, change the scenery, got the lighting going on. So appreciate everybody who supports the channel. If you're new to the channel, it's your first time on the live stream, make sure you subscribe to the channel. On this channel, I help entrepreneurs and business owners learn the 5 steps that we teach on how to get access to $100,000 or more in business capital. Okay, so that's what this channel is about. I also kind of am going to start documenting my own entrepreneurship journey into full-time entrepreneurship. And so, if you think those are some things that you may want to, check out or be interested in, definitely subscribe to the channel. We got tons of videos already on the channel, more coming. We appreciate everyone who subscribed to the channel to this point. And, check us out, see what you think. And been an interesting week. But if you are new to the channel, if this is your first time on the channel, if you could, please type a 1 in the chat. Type a 1 in the chat if you are new to the channel. If this is your first time on the live stream. If you're in the Facebook group, definitely please give StreamYard permission and access to grant StreamYard access to see your name. So because if you don't, it'll say Facebook user, and I won't know who to give credit to. What's up, Valerie? Valerie, all right. So Miss Valerie, first time in the building. Appreciate you chapping in. My guy Santana, all the way from the Trade Foe. What's happening, my brother? Yeah, we got started a little late, guys. I apologize. So if you are watching this on the YouTube, I've been looking for the link. I'm sure I wasn't the only person confused. Maybe I'm not sure who that is because, again, like I said, it doesn't show me in Facebook who the person typing is, but I'm going to assume that's one of our group members on Facebook. Appreciate everybody. Also, I'm thinking about doing the 2 live. I'm thinking about getting to 2 live streams a week, man. What day and time in the chat do y'all think would be good for another live stream? Of course, we're going to keep Wednesdays 8 p.m. But I'm thinking maybe Friday, Saturday morning. I don't know. Y'all give me some feedback. Y'all let me know what y'all think. What y'all think about that. Let's see what's going on in the Facebook group. Appreciate all the love, family. Oh, man. Big milestone today. We had 1,000 members in our Facebook group. So that's dope. I appreciate each and every last one of you. Y'all have added value to me, hopefully in some type of way, shape, form, fashion. I've added value to you guys. Man, it was just dope to see that today, man. See that, woke up, saw that $1,000 member, saw that 1,000 member number. For sure. My guy Santana said Wednesdays and Fridays. I think that's going to be it, man. I'm just trying to get some feedback for sure. I think Wednesdays and Fridays is going to be the days, though, bro. I think so. And I'll probably be doing more like podcasts or like interviews on the Friday stream. So we'll have like a guest. Just want to kind of give some more value. I feel like, Wednesdays we do more like teaching style. So the Friday ones would be more just me off the top of the dome, just kind of my thoughts and my, where I see business funding headed, the climate of the economy, entrepreneurship, all that good stuff, man. Carolinas, updates on them Hornets. Shout out to the Hornets. Even though we lost to the Celtics, it is what it is. It is what it is. What up, Big Sip? Glad to have you in the building. Rev, what's happening? As always, man, Rev, we got to connect, man. I know you got some people you're working with trying to get them some funding, man. So we got to connect for sure. Absolutely. What's up, Miss Felicia? California. Oh, yeah. I appreciate you. Yeah, definitely tapped in, man. Shout out to Coach Anderson for sure. But yeah, I think Wednesdays and Fridays might be the days, Santana. I think you might be on to something there, my brother. But anyway, as y'all come in, please let me know where y'all tapping in from. If you're new to the chat, if you're new to the channel, type a 1 in the chat. If you're new to the channel, what's going on, Michael? Michael Buchanan. Salute to you down in sunny Florida. Let's see who this was in our Facebook group. Let's see who this person was that commented. Camaro. Okay. Not sure what happened with that, Kamaro. But but yeah, man, we had 1,000 members in the Facebook group, man. That's pretty dope. Um, Talked to the homie Kia yesterday, so we're gonna have to do an update for her because she rocking and rolling, man. She hit me yesterday, said she got a bunch of new net 30s that popped on her profile. So yeah, man, this thing is really taking off, man. I appreciate each and every last one of you, everybody who's a part of the online training, who took advantage of their free gift. We appreciate you. If you're new to the channel, right? On this channel, we talk about business credit, how to get funding, things like that. But in addition, what I also like to do is, if you're having some struggles, if you're not quite sure how to build business credit, where to start, maybe things are confusing, you're not quite sure who to believe, who to trust, I want to invite you to this free strategy call, right? And what our team does on these free strategy calls, mostly is me doing the calls, right? I know a lot of people when I call them, like, hey, this the guy from YouTube. Yeah, it's me. But what I like to do on the strategy calls is I kind of walk you through our strategy on how to build business credit in 60 days or less, right? We talk about that whole strategy. And then also we just have Q&A. So any questions you have, any concerns, any roadblocks, if you got some denials, maybe you want to know how to find banks, whatever the case may be, on these strategy calls, we can kind of help you work through those issues. So if you're looking to book a free strategy call, text the number below, text free to 980-825-4360. Text free to 980-825-4360. Also, I'm doing a 1-day business 100K blueprint funding, 100K in funding boot camp. Okay. And so essentially it's going to be a 1-day boot camp. It's going to be November the 13th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. If you're interested in attending the boot camp virtually, please shoot me an email at info@cbcanetwork.com. info@cbcanetwork.com. And I'll get the information over to you for the virtual pricing and registration. Okay. So we're going to do it virtually. Also, if you're in the North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, Tennessee, Georgia area, and you want to drive up and be in person, we will have 15 spots available in person. Okay. Now, during this boot camp, I'm going to be basically breaking down not only the 80 payday strategy, but I'm going to be showing you how to structure your personal credit profile. Okay. Because it's important that you structure it right. Not only am I going to tell you how to structure your personal credit profile, we're going to talk about what banks you need to be adding to your personal credit profile. There's tier 1 banks, Bank of America, Chase. There's tier 3 banks, Navy Federal. We're going to break through all of those banks, right? We're going to break that all the way down. We're going to show you how to, what scores you need to be looking to get in order to get funding, right? Okay. Because it's not so much the score, but the profile. Okay. In addition to that, we're going to be breaking down the whole FICO algorithm. We're going to be teaching you guys how to actually know to pretty much the number what FICO score gets you an approval, okay? Because believe it or not, a credit score doesn't get you an approval. Your credit profile will, okay? So we're gonna really deep dive into that credit profile. We're gonna talk about, the do's and don'ts of, using personal credit to fund your business, right? We're gonna teach you guys the proper way to kind of use some personal capital because, that was the issue that I got into. If you know my story, if you kind of follow my journey, that was the whole reason why I even got into business funding when I got down this path is because I was abusing my personal credit, right? So we're gonna talk about that. We're gonna show you ways to find funding when the bank tells you no. What do you do when the bank denies you for a business line of credit, business credit card, business term loan? Okay. We're gonna be breaking down the SBA model, right? We're gonna be showing you guys how you can get SBA funding for your business, right? Showing you how to file your taxes properly. And also the big kicker, I'm gonna be actually walking you through how to structure your LLC for funding. Okay, so you definitely don't want to miss this. Okay, I'm gonna be showing you guys step by step how to actually structure your business. Right, we talk a lot about the LLC, we talk a lot about the net 30s. I'm gonna really be breaking down how your LLC needs to be structured, what type of tax entity you want it to be, how to talk to bankers, right? How to find banks that are lending. Don't just find a bank and then they're not lending to your type of business, okay? So again, Text free to 980-825-4360. And if you are interested in our one-day boot camp, it is November the 13th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. So just block off that whole day. Come with your, come with your notebooks, come with your pencils, because we're really gonna deep dive into this whole funding strategy. And I'm gonna give you the whole blueprint on everything you need in order to get business funding in 2022. Okay, I just had a young lady in our group. She just got $100,000 EIDL, all off of me just breaking that whole play down on the fact that they still got funding available for small business. Okay, we're breaking all of this down with SBA term funding. Okay, so you don't want to miss that. All right, so let's get into it. Tonight we're going to be talking about how to choose a virtual address. So many people this week that I talked to are having issues or having problems with a virtual address. Okay, so I want to make sure that I can help you guys with choosing a virtual address. All right, so we're gonna get into it. We're gonna talk about it. Also, for those of you in the Facebook group, I have a special gift for you guys coming this week. This Friday, I'll be dropping a link to something that I'm putting out, and I'm only going to do it within the free Facebook group. So if you have not joined our free Facebook group yet, head on over, hop in there. I'm going to be releasing something very, very special. It's only going to be for those that are in the Facebook group. So you got to get in the Facebook group. It's a Facebook group exclusive. I gotta show love for the fact that we got 1,000 people in there, man. So I'm trying to grow a community, man. Trying to keep it spam free. I try to keep spammers out of there, but you know how they do. Also, if you are watching this and you do head over to the Facebook group, just answer the questions, please. It helps out a lot. It helps us, not deny people or turn people away. We don't want to do that. What's going on, Florence, South Kakalaki in the building? What's happening? How do we update trade lines to credit bureaus that don't report, but we have them that can help the business credit? I'm not sure what that question means, Big Sip, but we're going to get into Q&A later, man, so we can definitely bring it up. What's up, Miss Regina? What's going on? The family right here in the CAC. Appreciate you. I know you got hooked up with my people over there for your office suite, so I'm happy for you that you're part of the family. So hopefully we'll run into each other over there sooner rather than later. LC, welcome, man. Appreciate you being here for the first time. Definitely. What's going on, Minky? Roll Tide in the building. Shout out to the Hornets, though, man. We're doing our thing this year, man. I think it's our year, man. LaMelo definitely a top 5 point guard. Let's just get that out the way right now. He's a top 5 point guard. I don't see nobody. It's hard to name 3-point guards better than that boy, man. He is the truth. That boy is the truth. Yes, indeed, man. Hornets, we did right, man. See on the wall, got the shoes on the wall. Let me move the microphone out the way, man. Y'all see that? Y'all see them LaMelos up there? Huh? Y'all see that? That boy is special. Shout out to the Hornets, man. Virtual address finally. Lost money on one. I signed. I wouldn't say you lost money, Regina. I wouldn't say you lost money. You invested in your business. We as entrepreneurs, we gonna make investments. Some gonna work, some not. Just keep trucking along. You with the winning team now, and that's all that matters. Honestly, that's all that matters. What's that number again? I missed the last 4 digits. All right, so Miss Michelle. The number is 980-825-4360. Again, that is 980-825-4360. You can text the word free. Also, here's what I'm going to do for the boot camp. If you're interested in coming to the one-day boot camp, I'm going to set up a link. Text boot camp to that same number. So text boot camp to 980-825-4360. And I'm going to set up a waiting list so that way we'll know who's all interested in the boot camp, and we'll be sure to send you over the information with the flyer and registration to sign up. All right. So without further ado, as the homie mediocre tutorials and reviews, let's see. shout out to him, man. Hopefully, bro, we praying for bro, man. Hopefully he's, definitely recovering well, man. I know my man been battling that cancer, man. So we gotta send prayers over the mediocre tutorials and reviews for sure, for sure. How y'all like the new look, man? Now tell me. I mean, I thought it would be dope just to switch it up, man. Just to kind of switch up the lighting a little bit. You know what I mean? It is what it is. What up? Yeah, Regina, it's all good. You know how it go. Let's go. You already know the winning team, man. Regina said, I'll email you, Regina. I got you. I'll email you for sure, for sure. What's up, Miss Felicia? I have Regis. Very nice. Problem is my Google business, they suspended because of virtual. Yeah, it happened to me too, Felicia. It happened to me too. We're going to talk about that tonight. We're going to talk about that. What up, Anthony? What's happening, my brother? Appreciate you, man. Always tapping in every week, man. Appreciate the love, my brother. I appreciate that, man. I just figured I'd switch it up, Regina, just try something new. But yeah, man, we're going to definitely get into it tonight. We're going to be talking about that. So, and this is what I want to address. So I'm glad Felicia put this. If you read this, right? So this happened to me. I had a virtual address through Opus, who I still like. I still like Opus. We're not going away from Opus, but you have to properly vet the location. So I had the Opus location in Buckhead. I want to say it's Peachtree Road. We can look it up. But I had the one in Peachtree, had my Google listing, and they took it down. Reason being is that location had been red flagged. Now, I didn't do my due diligence because I was, setting up a Georgia company for some other things that I'm doing for funding. So essentially, I did not vet that location. Now, in my case, driving from Charlotte to Atlanta is not terrible, but what I didn't do when I was in Atlanta, I didn't drive around. I didn't kind of vet it. I just kind of went with whatever Opus had with the premium offers. That was a mistake. We're going to get into that. But I'm glad Felicia brought this point up. I wanted to highlight that. My guy, JB, H-Town in the building. Appreciate the new look, brother. Appreciate the vote of confidence, man. I just try to switch it up, man. Just do something different, man. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, I appreciate that. The mayor of Detroit, man, we had a great conversation, man. I appreciate your support, man. Appreciate y'all, everybody on the strategy calls, man. Y'all make a brother feel proud, man, that y'all getting to this bag. Y'all trying to get this funding, man. Y'all really trying to grow your business, grow your companies. I'm learning a lot. Talked to a guy today. He's trying to buy commercial real estate, turn into like a hotel. So yeah, man, it's dope to, find out what you guys want to do with the funding and kind of see if I can be a resource in any way to help you guys. Absolutely, man. Detroit Mayor. Yeah, man. Definitely dope conversation, bro. I appreciate you tapping in and pouring into me, man. I appreciate that, man. That definitely did not go unnoticed. All right, we're going to get into it. Glad to be here. You dropped some knowledge. Oh, what up, Douglasville, Georgia? Appreciate you, man. Definitely, man. Appreciate you, Georgia. Absolutely, man. We're going to get into it tonight. Chicago, John, my boy, clean every time. What up, family? Chicago in the building. Shout out to the Chi. Always got love for the Chi, man. West side of the Chi. I'm gonna say that every week, man. West side of the Chi. That's my part of the city, man. I mean, I know there's other parts. Shout out to the south side, north side. But I'm just gonna say west side of the Chi. You better believe it, man. How long do I get funding to purchase a house? How do I get funding to purchase a house? I mean, you have to get with your mortgage company, Regina. I would say if you're purchasing as a primary, then you would have to go to like a, credit union. Credit union would be great. We got some good ones here in the city. But I would say email me and I'll give you some tips. I'll give you some game because we're going in a different direction tonight. What up, Elwood, Queens in the building. We definitely going to be doing that meetup in Queens in 2022, bro. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, family. Always tapping in, always hitting me and showing me love and support, man. I appreciate you through my business. I don't know, Regina. We might have to get on the stream. Come on now. You want to cam up? We're gonna have to get you on the stream. We can kind of break that down, man. Because tonight we're talking about virtual addresses. But that is a good question. So what we're gonna be talking about tonight is how to vet a location properly for a virtual address. All right. So I'm gonna bring up a company that everybody told me about this week. I had like 4 strategy calls where people said specifically they use this company. And I'm not bashing this company, okay? Because it's got back to me that somebody was watching these YouTube streams and y'all went and told A to B that I was bashing them and they emailed me and now they want to collaborate, which I'm going to reach out to them. I'm going to see what they got going on. I'm working on some strategic partnerships for you guys too. So I got 2 strategic vendor accounts that are looking promising. You know, I don't like to let the cat out the bag until I actually vet these companies. I'm not just an affiliate marketer. I'm not just on YouTube to be the guy who tell y'all about stuff that I've never used or be the person who, you know, I'm trying to be Moses. I'm going to get you to the promised land. I don't really want to steer the ship wrong. And then we get derailed when we could have been working on building out the profile and then following the steps that I've outlaid in this blueprint thus far. But again, I'm working on some strategic partnerships with some vendor accounts. So stay tuned, rock with me, you know, and we're gonna get this funded. All right. So that's that on that. But what I wanted to do is show you guys how to properly vet a virtual address. And I'm gonna give you some recommendations of some virtual addresses that I personally recommend. Okay. So let me pull it up. Okay. And we kind of touched on this when we did our week 2 training, when we talked about bank compliance. And see, and if you go back and watch that video, the step number 2 video. What's up, Miss Diane? What's going on, family? Miss Diane, she's a part of our online training community. So gotta shout out Miss Diane. Always. Best believe it. Let's see who else we got. What up, the goat of funding. Okay, I see you. Miss Dana Christian might got something to say about that, bro. But you the goat. If you say you the goat, you the goat. What up, Andrew? All the way in Colorado, Denver in the building, man. I got to get to Denver. I've never been to Denver, bro. Actually, I've been to Denver airport. I'll take that back. I've been to the airport, but I heard great things about Denver, man. I've never been, though. Like, I ain't never been around the city like that. I gotta see if I can make that move, man. But let me see if I can pull up my screen. Because I want to, in this particular company, this is no knock to them, okay? But what tends to happen, right, is that with iPostal, and I'm speaking on iPostal, so if y'all go tell on them and have them emailing me talking about why I'm talking bad on them, shame on you. Shame on you. What up, what up, what up? Belinda, what's happening? B-Ham, Birmingham in the building. Let's see. But yeah, so here's the deal with our postal, right? And here's what you want to do, right? So we talk about the 5 steps, right? We got step 1, we got to form the business, right? Whether we LLC, C Corp, S Corp, the type of entity for funding purposes is really not gonna matter much. Now the difference between an LLC, C Corp, and S Corp is gonna be your upfront cost. Okay. A C Corp is very expensive to start up. And most times, C Corps is when you got like multiple board members, shareholders, etc. But I digress. So we're going to form the business. Then we're going to set up bank compliance. Now, this is step number 2, not step number 22. Step number 1, we form the business. Step number 2, we set up bank compliance. Okay. Now, when we're setting up bank compliance, that is where we are setting up our physical location. I even mentioned it in step 1. I say in step 1, when you're forming the business, you need to locate an address. Okay. Now, Most people, when they start out with an LLC, single member, partnership, whatever, what happens is they use their home address. Now, if you are using home address, then this video may just be, you may not necessarily need this video. But if you're using home address, just remember to add the suite number, suite A, suite B, suite 100. So if you live at 123 Main Street, 123 Main Street, suite 100. Okay. Google actually likes and prefers that you use a home address for your business. Now, the problem with a home address, and I talk about this too in that live stream, we're going to get into it tonight. The problem with a home address is that it's listed everywhere. Secretary of State is public record. Dun & Bradstreet profile public record. Experian business public record. Equifax business public record. Nav public record. Google My Business public record. Yellow Pages public record. Okay? So, and even Yelp. Yelp is public record. So, in the grand scheme of things, you kind of got to understand the cost benefits of using a virtual address, right? I recommend a virtual address because, I mean, again, your personal home address and things like that, they sell our information, man. It's ain't no secret, man. They selling our stuff, man. They know it. But one thing you can do if you are using a home address is get a virtual office. A virtual address. Okay. Now, this company, iPostal, the reason why I brought them up is because what tends to happen is people just go on iPostal, they get the cheapest plan, they don't pay attention to the plan, they just get the cheapest plan that they have, and they don't vet the location. Okay. So here's what we're going to do. All right. So we're going to take this view locations, right? We're going to go here. We're going to select our state. In this case, I'm going to select North Carolina. All right, let's select our city, and then I'm not gonna choose Charlotte. See, I'm gonna choose Durham. I'm gonna use Durham. Shout out to the Bull. Now, everybody can see right here, right? Hopefully you guys can see that. It says 3600 North Duke Street, and I know what Duke Street is. Duke Street is like downtown Durham. Okay, and it says the standard address is $9.99. So most people just take that address for $9.99 and run with it. Okay, but what you can do is just Google the address. All right, so let's Google this, see what comes up. All right, so we're gonna Google this address. We're gonna see if any businesses pop up, any office buildings. Boom. So what do we see first and foremost? Staples. Now, this is what you gotta ask yourself when you see that. That's Staples. Staples Post Office. That's a mail center. Come on, fam. That is a mail center. You cannot do business and get business lines, 20, 40, $50,000 business lines of credit out of a mailbox. Come on, family. Y'all rocking with me, man. We've been rocking this whole year. Let's not get sidetracked because it's the holidays and try to skip steps and do things out of order. Okay, this is step number 2, how to choose a virtual address. Look at this, family. This is a Staples Post Office, 3600 North Duke Street, right by Cookout, too. Shout out to Cookout, man. The milkshakes be lovely. But let's look it up. Let's pull it up on Google Maps because this is what a banker would do. A banker would, you say, where's your business location? Boom, boom, boom. All right, 3600. You don't know what they're doing on the other side of that screen when they opening your account. They could be doing the same Google search that I'm doing, right? And so, and you see that they don't even have like an actual like picture. Like it's just you see that? It's just Staples. It's just, so you going in the bank and you choose this location in Durham, and they Google it and it's Staples. You don't have a business at Staples. Okay. Now, I'm not knocking iPostal. This is now for mailing address purposes. If you just want to bring mail or get mail there, packages sent there, Uline stuff, I'm all for it. I'm all for iPostal. But when we're talking about a business virtual address, you have to do this step. You have to look. You have to see if that location is legitimate. You cannot just take what they give you. Google it. I just did this live on the air. This is not nothing too intense. It took me 4 seconds to do this. Okay. So that's all right. Sorry about that, family. Appreciate y'all rocking with me, man. But that is a no-go, okay? Staples is a no-go. We can't do Staples, okay? Now let's go back to the iPostal. Let's go back to the iPostal tab, right? So we know that we gotta vet the location, okay? We gotta vet the location. Now this is just an easy way. Now another thing you can do is when you Google it, okay? Now let's go to Yelp. Now let's see if any other businesses are using this address outside of Staples, right? So they got me in Charlotte. I'm gonna do Durham, NC. Let's see what comes up. All right. Let me see if I can do this. Let's see what comes up. See, no results. So maybe no businesses are listed with this address. So that may be good. But that's another way that you can kind of vet the location with now one thing that I recommend when you find this location. So let's say if you are in Durham, for instance, if you're watching this and you're in the Bull, what you could do is just ride by it real quick. And they only had one location for iPostal in Durham. So that right there should be a red flag. I mean, I've never used iPostal. They always, every time I've talked to somebody, they always had issues with iPostal. They always ran into issues. Some people, you may get a good location, right? I'm not gonna say in every major city that iPostal is trash, because y'all gonna tell iPostal and then they gonna email me talking about let's collab, and I don't want no collaborations with them. But I'm just saying, vet the location with a Google. Man, I gotta stop hitting the back button, y'all. Apologize, but that didn't even take 20 seconds. All right. So with that being said, let's look at another location for iPostal. Let's look at another location. Let's go back to iPostal. Let me see if I can share my screen. Now, if you have iPostal and you're watching this on the replay, or if you use iPostal, let me know your your experience with iPostal. I'm curious to know how you've used iPostal. Was it beneficial? Did you find it useful? Did you run into problems where you couldn't get vendor accounts? Because every person I've talked to that uses iPostal, they've had hell. They've caught hell. So let's pull up another location. Let's do New York. Let's do New York City. Shout out to my man Linwood, Elwood. My man Elwood, my main man in Queens, New York. All right, let's do Brooklyn. Shout out to my student in Brooklyn. Now you see Brooklyn has 23 locations. See, this Brooklyn, New York. They have 23 locations in the city of Brooklyn. So what you got to do now is you got to figure out which one is closest to you, but also pull them up on Google. So that's what we're going to do. Because most times these cheaper iPostal locations are mail drop centers. So I'm going to just we're gonna bust down my hypothesis. So I'm assuming that this 2918 Avenue I in Brooklyn. No, let's do Nostrand Ave. I wonder if that's where Hov from. I know Hov from Brooklyn. Is it Nordstrom Ave? Or is that Biggie? I'll tell you, New York. Is that Biggie, Nordstrom Ave? One of them. Hov or Biggie. I can't remember. Shout out to hip hop. All right, so we're gonna take this. We're gonna take the same address in Brooklyn, and we're gonna Google it. And I promise you, I'm willing to bet money this is another mail drop location for $9.99. Nordstrom Ave. Look at this. Come on, family. This can't be where you do business. Now, if this is your home address, if this was something like a home address, then maybe. But this is 285 Nostrand Ave. So, I mean, it looks like it's a hair salon. But again, this is just a quick Google search, you know, and you can do this at home. You don't even really need to leave the house to do this, but you just got to do the work, because if you don't choose a virtual address properly, you are going to catch hell. I'm telling you. I talked to 4 people this week. 4 people who had issues with our postal addresses. Okay. Now, if we're looking at the map, Nordstrom Ave looks like it's a cut through street. So it's not really a main street. You see Clinton Hill is kind of the area is close to Fort Greene. So it's not bad, but I mean, again, I just wouldn't go with that location. Now, here's what we'll do. Let's go back and let's go with a $29 location. So that was the $9.99 location. So if you're watching this and you in Brooklyn, New York, Queens, New York, Manhattan, New York, Bronx, New York, don't get this Nordstrom Ave location. That's not a good location. And tonight we're talking about how to choose a virtual address. That's not a location that I would choose. I would not spend money for that location for $9.99. Even though it's in a borough, the borough of Brooklyn, the area, the city of Brooklyn, that doesn't matter. Let's do New York again. So we're going to do New York. Let's see if we can find, we're going to go back to Brooklyn. Because remember, Brooklyn had 23 locations. You see, so these are $9.99. Let's go to one that's $29.99. Let's do Coney Island, Brooklyn. All right. And then we're gonna Google this address. I'll tap in with me in the chat, man. Have any of you guys used iPostal? Because I had a student in Brooklyn, and that's why I brought up Brooklyn. She changed to Opus, and she found a location in Manhattan that's working out perfect. So it's not so much that Opus is great, because I had a tough experience with them in Atlanta. In Charlotte, they was great. But what you got to do, and this is why I tell y'all, drive by the location, right? We just pulled up that one location in Brooklyn, New York. It was like a vacant lot right beside the building. You know, a banker can do that. They can Google the location. Whatever you say, hey, I'm at 123 Main Street, and they Google it and they see your business is next to a vacant lot. I'm not saying that it caused you to get denied, but let's say for Uline, for instance, they real particular about those virtual addresses. You know, not Uline, SupplyWorks. SupplyWorks is real particular about their address, man. So let's take another look at this Brooklyn. This is Coney Island, 348 Coney Island Avenue. All right. So this looks like it's a little closer to the city, first and foremost, just from bringing up the map. Let's take a look. Now, this is decent. Now, but what you see, and I don't know if y'all can, you see, this is a storage facility, okay? It's a storage, Brooklyn College. So this is by Brooklyn Academy, okay? And then you see it is a storage location. So again, I don't know, family. I don't know. I mean, this looks like it's a decent area. Coney Island looks like it's on the up and up. So I personally, this is kind of iffy. It could work because this is, I don't know, man. I would say no. I would say no to this. But what would y'all say? A storage location in Brooklyn, Coney Island, as a business address. And again, this is just a Google search. I have not got on a plane and flew to New York. But if you are in New York, if you're in Brooklyn, all you got to do is ride by, check it out, see for yourself. Grab a few addresses. Oh yeah, you're right. You're right, Regina. The borough of Brooklyn. I'm saying the city. You're right, man. James said, "What up? I'm asking for my refund from our poster as you speak." Man, I mean, that's what I'm here for, bro. That's what I'm here for, man. And it's not that our poster is bad. You just got to kind of really vet the location. So that's the whole purpose of the stream, is because, like I said, I talked to like 4 or 5 people. Matter of fact, one was in New Jersey, and they all was saying that, yeah, man, I had to switch my virtual address, update my Secretary of State, because that's setting you back. Remember, when you choose a virtual address, when you choose a location, that's really step 1 or step 2. We haven't even got to where we list the business online and we build a profile. And step 5, we're going to the bank. This is just step 2, where we actually setting up the bank compliance, right? Because banks want to lend to businesses that, it's a hard conversation when you are, let's say you're a Turo host and you do business out of a Park Circle storage facility. Now that could work if you store your car there, but you may be better off just using a home address. I wouldn't pay money for iPostal with a Park Circle storage. That's just me personally. But my man said, "What up? I'm asking for my refund. I am someone who just found your channel after I got my identity form. Then I can't Google my business with iPostal. Yeah, you can't list. It's a lot of iPostal addresses that you're not going to be able to list your business with Google. And I'm not bashing iPostal. I don't want this to be a bash session, but I just want y'all to learn how to properly vet the location. That's why I told y'all in the live stream we did when we went over step 1. You have to drive by the location. You have to make sure, like the office space that I use with Opus here in Charlotte for my real estate business, it's in Ballantyne area in Charlotte. So if anybody watching this on the live stream, on the replay, y'all know Ballantyne is one of the nicer suburbs of Charlotte, right? Probably the nicest area, suburb area of Charlotte, like suburb area, not in the city. It's in Ballantyne, right? In that, where that building is, I can walk to PNC, I can walk to Wells Fargo, and I can walk to Bank of America. So I can walk to 3 banks from my virtual office in Ballantyne. I can literally walk to them, and not break a sweat. Wells Fargo is right behind the building. Bank of America is on the other side of Wells Fargo. PNC is right across the street. So you have to kind of do a little bit of due diligence yourself. You can't just assume that, I got our postal address. I'm going to set this up with my LLC. I'm going to list it, because your Google listing will get shut down. I told you, my Georgia company, I use Opus, and I use the Buckhead location. And even Danielle, my student Danielle, when she came on here, she even said she was going with a Douglasville location. Now, that's what I'm saying. So you have to get creative, right? And then Opus has those Fayetteville, Georgia, Douglasville, Georgia, what's Norfolk, Alpharetta, Georgia. They have locations outside of Atlanta. You just can't use the Buckhead location if you are doing funding. Now, if you're just setting up an LLC just to have a business entity and do business, do your lawn care, do your trucking, whatever business you're running and operating, then by all means, go ahead and get an Opus, get an iPostal 999. But when we're talking about getting funding, when we're talking about getting business credit cards, business lines of credit, business term loans, SBA funding, bank loans, bank lines of credit. We got to play by the rules, family. We got to play by the rules. But yeah, so that's that on that, and shout out to Brooklyn, man. A student in Brooklyn, man. We're gonna give her some funding, man. Y'all check her out, man. I'm gonna have her on the show. We're gonna get on here, man. She been working. We gotta get Kia back on here. Kia from New York too. She from the New York City. See, there you go. McDonald. Great point. I'm in NYC and I use Manhattan location. See? And now, McDonald, help me out if I'm wrong. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Manhattan where Wall Street is? I could be wrong about that, but I believe that's where Wall Street is. So that's interesting. I believe Wall Street is in Manhattan. Shout out to Wall Street. So, yeah, you just got to vet these locations, family, because like I said, this right here is for all purposes, a storage, bicycle storage, moving supplies, business and personal storage. It's going to be kind of hard to tell a bank that you run a Toro business from a storage facility. See? Facts. See? McDonald just proved me, he just said it. You have to go with the best location. So let's compare Manhattan to Charlotte, right? Valentine would be what Manhattan is to New York. That's a good area. The area where your actual business address, believe it or not, can play a role, the zip code, It's unfortunate, but it does sometimes happen. Now, not in every case, but sometimes. So just think about that. Now let's go through. I want to show you guys. So let's regroup because I want to show you guys some suggested recommendations, and we'll vet a few more. But here's some office spaces that I like and I recommend. Of course, y'all know I love Opus. We ain't gonna get into Opus tonight, but Venture X. Now, the thing about Venture X is, let me bring that down. I like Venture X, and the reason why I like Venture X is because it is a shared office space, right? Which I talk about in step 2 in the live stream. But not only is it a shared office space, banks understand shared office spaces, okay? Now, when I say it's a shared office space, I mean you yourself, you can get a virtual address here at Venture X, right? If it's in your city. Now, the one drawback to Venture X, which, the way they're growing, I don't see this being a problem for too much longer. But what happens is Venture X is not in every major city in America. So you have to kind of play the game. And I'm going to show you another option if Venture X is not in your area. So, and this is no promotion or affiliate. This is just game, guys. Venture X is a better option because for basically, I think it's $30 a month. Now you don't have the hassle of those iPostal shipping, storage, mail drop centers. We pulled the one up in Durham. It was in Staples. The one in New York and Brooklyn was a dang on vacant lot beside the location. It's not terrible, but I would say Venture X is the way to go if you're on a budget, okay? And so they're not in every city. So I'm gonna pull up all the cities that they are located in so you can kind of do your due diligence. Let's see, locations. I thought they had a drop down. Let's do this. Okay, so boom. As you can see, they are in California, Colorado, Washington, D.C., shout out to DMV, Florida, Georgia, Atlanta. So y'all got this. So all my Atlanta people that's getting that Opus virtual office in Buckhead, Venture X is your way to go. Venture X is your way to go in Atlanta, people. Let's see, Illinois, Chicago. Shout out to my guy John, Chicago. They got locations. So Chicago, y'all good. Massachusetts, Boston, Michigan, Detroit. North Carolina, of course, Charlotte, Durham, Raleigh, New Jersey. So that's what I told the gentleman today in New Jersey. I told him about Venture X. So he said he was going to switch over to Venture X. So New Jersey, New York, of course, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Texas, and Virginia. So California people, my West Coast family, I would check out Venture X. I would not use iPostal, especially on the West Coast. I would guarantee all the iPostal locations on the West Coast, California, Arizona, Nevada, they are all red flag. I will promise you. If you try to use iPostal on the West Coast, and y'all comment below if y'all watching this on the replay and tell me if iPostal on the West Coast is not red flag. Especially San Diego. San Diego iPostal, it's a wrap. It's a wrap. You can't, I'm telling you, San Diego, the Bay Area, it's a wrap. You cannot use them iPostals in the Bay Area. LA, you might get away with it. LA is so huge. Depending on the part of Los Angeles that you in, if you kind of like Long Beach or like not Crenshaw, shout out to Nipsey though. What's like not North Hills, LA, not Malibu. Malibu, you good. What's the other area, LA? I can't think right now. But I promise you, Bay Area, if you're using iPostal, if you're using one of these mail centers, these UPS stores, FedEx stores, you ain't getting no funding. But again, I like Venture X. And the reason why I like Venture X is because they are shared office space, but then you also have access to this location if you need to. So if you need to meet with a client, let's say you're a lawyer or up and coming attorney or a graphic designer, you want to meet your clients, you don't want them to come to your house, you can set up, you can rent desk space in these locations by the day. You can get a day pass. So it's a 2-for-1 because now you're listed on the Secretary of State with your shared office space. You're using Venture X for your office space. Okay. And Regina, this is what I do over at the location in the university area. But see, and I'm gonna give you some game. The location I use here in Charlotte, I have another location for another business. I shoot content there. It's a shared office space. I got access to the open common areas. I can go there right now after this live stream. It's 24-hour access. That's the beauty of the shared office space, family. So stop using that iPostal as an excuse, man. We gotta get away from that iPostal, family. Y'all gotta rock with me, man. Share this live. Y'all gotta share this live, man. But the drawback of Venture X, and we're gonna get into another option, is that they're not in every state. So my Tennessee family, y'all can't get Venture X yet. Texas family, y'all good. Arizona, y'all don't have it yet, but it's coming probably. Maryland or DC, not necessarily Maryland. What else? I mean, they hit all the major states, really, for real. But Venture X is good. I like Venture X. I'm even thinking about here in Charlotte hosting a meetup at the Venture X location because shared office space eliminates the headache of iPostal, okay? See, Ms. Diane, she said, I use iPostal prior to joining the group. I am paying more. I went to the shared office space site. It has a front desk and conference room. There you go. Because what you find with these shared office spaces is banks understand that now we got COVID. More people are working from home, but they still have the ability to go into the office if they need to. That's what these shared office spaces provide. They provide a virtual address with the option to use the office. That's what you really want to shoot for. And Venture X is the most affordable option for this. Now, I'm going to give you another option that you can use if you don't have Venture X in your area. Because, I mean, again, like I said, I pulled up all the states. They're not in every state. But, again, for my people in California, like Miss Diane, If you're in California, use Venture X. Don't use iPostal. Don't use UPS. Don't just cheap out. If you're in LA, I would still recommend you using using Venture X. I would still recommend Venture X be your setup if you're running into issues where you keep getting denied, or whatever the case may be. Now, if you have iPostal and you able to get a business bank account, you have no issues, because even your virtual address can deny you from getting business bank accounts. Navy Federal will not let you use a UPS store. Virtual address, if they think it's a virtual mail drop location, you cannot get a business account with Navy Federal. Period. So it is important, family, and that's why I wanted to really have this live stream and have this conversation with y'all, because I literally this week, this is Wednesday, I talked to 4 different people who've had to change their Secretary of State address and get a new updated business address. And this is step 2, family. We haven't even got to opening up the vendor trade lines. We haven't even got to where we walk in the bank and start having conversations. So it's very, very important, okay? So you see Ms. Diane put it out there, iPostal. And like I said, Venture X is pretty affordable too. Let's look at the pricing real quick. And this is not a promo. This is not me. I'm not getting no sponsorship from this, even though they need to shoot me something. They need to, okay, see, a member refer. I might have to look into that. I'm referring a member. So let's do virtual office options. Let's see what the price. And they even got podcast rooms. So you could go to Venture X and shoot a podcast, and you got the business address. Come on, man. But I digress. Let's see. Buy online, compare plans. Let's see, compare plans. Sorry, this page does not exist. Y'all don't want no money? All right, let's see what they got, man. Compare plans. Build your what did it say? Build your business fast. See? Let's see. How much does the virtual address cost? Compare plans. They must. All right, let's see. Where are the plans? All right, virtual office, learn more. Good Lord, they taking me on a whole journey. Ugh. All right, let's do buy online. Let's go Charlotte. Charlotte. All right, so you see here, the virtual address is $29.99, and then virtual mail is $59.99. So if you want to get mail and package deliveries, that's going to be $59.99. And this looks like it may be specific to the location. So you got a $29.99 option and a $59.99. So roughly about $300 a year or so for the virtual address, whereas our postal, and it says see, and this is the beauty. See that? Access to Venture X offices worldwide with member discounts on meeting room, day offices, and event space. So that's why, oh man, I'm not even scrolling up. Why is oh, you know what? My bad. I understand why y'all can't see my screen now. Y'all like, what is he reading? Because I have to actually share the tab that they open. So this is what I want to show you guys. The pricing is very, very affordable. All right. So my bad, guys. So you see here, Venture X, they have the $29.99 plan where you can use the professional address. You get preferred member rates and HR. Dang, they give you HR benefits, payroll, 401k, insurance, customer pickup, and drop off. Family, $29. Come on. What are we doing? $29 is going to get you a virtual address at a shared office space location that is not red flag, that banks understand, that you can use when you need it. That's the real kicker here, right? Venture X has podcast room. You can record your podcast and use it as a virtual address. It's a no-brainer. Then they got virtual mail for $59, where you get unlimited package reception. So this will probably be the best option. Mail forwarding, live local customer support. That would be $59.99. And again, this price is for Charlotte, so it may be different in Dallas. It may be different in Atlanta, Virginia. Just you're gonna have to go on the website and do your own due diligence. But I would definitely check out Venture X, family. I would definitely check out Venture X. They are solid, and the thing about them that I like is that they do community events there, so you can network. Remember that we are business owners. We're not just trying to grow our business, we're trying to grow our network. You can go there and network. You can bring your laptop. You can bring your, clients in. You can rent a desk. That's what you want. That's exactly what you want. So shout out to Venture X. Let me show you. I'm gonna bring up another shared office space location. Because remember, again, when we're talking about how to choose a virtual address, shared office space is the way to go. That's just my personal opinion. Shared office space is the way to go because of the benefits and the cost. You don't have to get a fancy office. You don't have to go out and spend a bunch of money, right? Venture X, they have the cheapest plan is $29.99. They also have $59.99 plan. So just use that. Let's do this. Now, this is Spaces. This is a Regis brand. Now, you heard me talk about my two favorite virtual office options being Regis and Opus. I like Opus the best because they give you the 1-800 number, they give you the local number, they give you the fax number, and for $9.99 a month, they will do live answering service. So you basically get a live receptionist, a solid, location, and you get your local number. That's a landline. Because remember, part of bank compliance is no voice over IP numbers. So you can't use Google Voice. You can't really use any of the internet numbers like dial pad, things like that. Not for your business line. You can use them within your business. So if you have a sales team or something like that, you can give your sales team your dial pad. We use dial pad in our business for calls, but I also use Freedom Voice, which is a landline. So just quick nugget because we're not talking about phone numbers per se. But Regis also offers a virtual address / shared office space, and it's called Spaces. So you may not necessarily correlate the two because when you think of Regis, you have to understand Regis has multiple locations. They're an international company. They have locations all over the world: Hong Kong, London, Australia, everywhere. Regis has everywhere. It's not just America. Regis is international. Asia, Africa. You gotta, think about that. But one thing that they do have under their umbrella is the brand Spaces. And Spaces is the location that I converted to in Atlanta. So what I did was I switched from the Opus location. So I had to get rid of Opus because again, my Google listing got took down. Like Felicia said, mine got took down too. So then what I did was I moved to the Atlanta Spaces through Regis. Now, it is a pretty penny. It's $85 a month for the location I chose. It's $85 a month. But here you can see they have 6 spaces, locations, and 21 meeting rooms. So a shared office space again. Now, Venture X is in Atlanta too. So you kind of got 2 that you could choose from. Same with Charlotte. We got Venture X and we got Spaces. But what I did for my Georgia company, right, because they took my Google listing down, I changed my address on the Secretary of State with Georgia to the Battery, this one, the Battery. So I had to switch it to the Battery location, which is right by the Brave Stadium. So 800 Battery, Southeast, Atlanta, Georgia. That's the one I had to switch to. So if you're watching this and you're in Georgia and you just gotta have a virtual address in the city of Atlanta, I would highly recommend this or Venture X. But shared office space again, that's how we want to kind of roll into 2022. We want to be using locations that are bank friendly, that are not red flag, that are not going to be next to a vacant lot or a storage unit posing as a virtual address. So this is what I would recommend. Spaces. There in the DFW area, I had one of my mentees in DFW. She switched over to Spaces. Shout out to my man Cleve. I think Cleve was he was gonna get set up with Spaces as well. And this is something that we're gonna kind of dig into in the boot camp. But I'm just giving you guys some game tonight. But we're gonna really deep dive into that business profile during the boot camp on November 13th. But that's pretty much it, family. I just wanted to kind of highlight some of these locations. Again, I ain't getting no sponsorship. This is just free game for you. So what questions I would say, let's go ahead and open up Q&A. Let me see what questions you got. What website do you recommend to choose a virtual address? Again, I would say Spaces or Venture X. If Venture X is not in your state, because like I said, Venture X is not in every state, you just kind of got to roll with it. Now, McDonald, he brought up a good point. Alliance is good. I do like Alliance, but what I don't like about Alliance, McDonald, is that they are a middleman. So what happens is you can get a virtual address with whatever location that they give you. And that's how, Alliance, they're pretty solid. I like Alliance, though. But you can go direct to the source is what I'm saying with Alliance. If you just go to that address and walk around, ask some questions, you might can just stumble upon how to set up your own without using Alliance. But they putting some tax on that bad boy Alliance, McDonald's. So, but other than that, that's a great question. Detroit, what up, though? What up, though? I see I'm not the only Detroiter. Yeah, man, Detroit versus everybody. You better believe it. Shout out to my homie Anton Daniels, man. Shout out to that good brother up in the D. Felicia says, my building has rep offices, 925 Laguna Springs. I need to change because Google My Business keeps suspending. Yeah, they will suspend that address. They will suspend it. They will take it down. I never even went back and tried to add it, honestly, Felicia, once I switched over to the Battery Park location, just because right now I'm kind of doing some things with that Georgia company. So I just kind of let it breathe. Honestly, I'll probably top of the year, I'll revamp it, circle back to it. L Wood, my boy said, I did like you said, went to an Opus location that was more like a kiosk, and went to other location Opus that was perfect. There you go. You gotta vet the location, man, because here's the deal, speed is life in business, man. Speed is life. Shout out to the homie Chris Jefferson, man. I got that quote from CJ. We don't want to waste time getting to the bag if we're trying to get funding. Now, if you got some time, slow roll it, right? Maybe you use your home address. Maybe you get the net 30 vendors. Then you switch over to a virtual address when you bring some revenue in. My whole thing is let's do it quick and let's do it on a budget that we can afford to not have to break the bank. So that's why I like giving options. A lot of times I give you a free option, I give you a paid option, or I give you a low cost option and a higher cost option because everybody, money ain't the same. Let's see. Let's go through. Let's see. She said you probably won't get it. I can't get a refund from DaVinci. That sucks. Jay Reese said, can you take a few minutes at the end to do a walkthrough of the BP gas card application? Yeah, we can do that, Jay Reese. There's really nothing to that BP application, honestly. You just want to make sure that you put the information in that they're asking for. Let's see. Somebody said you're not bashing. I know, but they said I was bashing A to B, Felicia. They said I was bashing them. You know what I mean? Yeah, Jew. What up, Jew? Carolina in the building, my brother. See, Venture X is legit. I mean, and the thing about Venture X that for me, Venture X, you know, and when I met with the community manager there, they have community events, so you have opportunities to network with other business owners, because you gotta think these startup companies, a lot of them, you know, they don't have big corporate headquarters. So a lot of these companies are in these shared office spaces. So you might can get in on the ground floor with one of the next Googles or something, or the next crypto app. You know, you just might bump into them being in a Venture X location or shared office space location. So there you go. He said, it's your boy Luke. I'm coming to Charlotte Friday. All right, let's connect, Luke, for sure, for sure. Regis is the same type. I pay $50 for a phone. The receptionist can drop in anytime. Ah, okay. So that was through Regis. Ah, okay, Felicia. I wasn't aware of that. He said, thanks so much, Audrey, for your help and assistance with this. The business and address is something I've been struggling with, and my next issue is NAICS code because my idea is commerce or consulting. Yeah, I would say, Eric, if you have not yet, let's hop on a strategy call and kind of work through that. So text free to 980-825-4360, bro. I know you're kind of new to the channel, so let's hop on a strategy call, and I can kind of give you some game on, you know, the NAICS codes and how you want to set those up. But yeah, it can be, you know, cumbersome to figure out which one to go with. Jay said, I was wondering if banks are going to allow these shared office spaces. I would think they eventually say no. Well, here's the deal, Jay. You have other businesses. It's a physical location at the end of the day. So it's not a mail drop location. And what I mean by that is there's office spaces. So essentially when I say, like when I was saying with the home address, if you put suite 100, right? The reason why I say do that is because you're basically designating that some part in your home you are using for your business. Banks want to see that. They want to see that you separated your kitchen and your bathroom and everything to the room that you dedicated, like I'm in now, for your office space. So that's why I don't necessarily think, you know, share office space is a bad idea, Jay. But I mean that's a good. I can see how you could think that though. I can see how you could think that. My address is through our postal. My location is shared office space. I Google the location. It shows me the office building I have visited. But you in a better location, Diane. So you on the West Coast, but your location, and again, it's not, you know, it's case by case. You know, I will say that it's case by case. You know, because some locations are not red flagged on our postal. I just stay away from them. That's just me though. What's up? What's up? BRK Seals. She said, so I can use Freedom Voice. Yeah, absolutely, Virginia. Yeah, absolutely. I use Freedom Voice all the time. Absolutely. Yes, I've heard of Office Evolution. I use them for my other location, the one I was telling you where I shoot my content. So when y'all see me in the videos on the whiteboard, I'm shooting that at my shared office space location. And again, I like shared office space because now, you know, just hired my mom. She's on the team. So every week we're having team meetings talking about different things. And we use the conference room. It's a part of my package. So for me, it's a perfect fit because I don't need a big office, right, to do my live streams or do the strategy calls with you guys, family. But sometimes I may need to use it to shoot content. So when I'm doing my whiteboard stuff, I can use it. I have access to it. So that's why I like shared office space, Diane. But that's a great point. My guy said, popped in late, got a virtual address through ink file. When I form my LLC, what would be a criteria for evaluating how credible the site is? I would say just go to the location, Google it, make sure it's on the up and up. Now, one thing to pay attention to, you know, again, it's kind of unfortunate, you know, but the zip code, does help if you're in a better area, so to speak. Like I said, one of my virtual offices is in the Valentine area. If you're familiar with Charlotte, BRK. So that can help, but it's really hit or miss. But one thing I will say, BRK, with the shared office spaces, to answer your question, places like Venture X, Spaces by Regis, it eliminates a lot of the headache in the running around and driving around. Because those locations they ready to go right out the box. Opus 2, can't say, Opus is great. I like Opus a lot. She said, I'm using Office Salute. Yeah, Regina, I had to get Regina in there VIP. You know what I mean? So that's what we do. Let's see. Regina said, but it's a shared office space, bank, DNB, everything set up. What I would do, Regina, Felicia, excuse me, is I would find a venture. I think you're on the West Coast, if I'm not mistaken. I would find a Venture X or Spaces location, and then let that be the final location. That's what I would do. On the West Coast, if you're watching this and you're on the West Coast, Arizona, Vegas, Portland, Oregon, Washington State. Sorry, they ain't got no Venture X's in y'all area yet. But if you're in California, I would just go with Venture X or Spaces, Felicia, and just be done with it. And just keep that forever and ever and ever until you leave for California and come on down here to North Carolina. But no, I'm just joking. But I would just do that, Felicia. I would just get the Venture X or Regis Spaces, one or the other, and I would just rock out with that. I would just leave that. That's what I would do. That's exactly what I would do. Somebody said they want me to go through the BP application. We'll do that in a minute. What up, Passive Income? Said, what up, my brother? I'm headed to NC. We need to connect for real. I live in Charlotte. Okay, yeah, absolutely. Let's connect, man. Hit me on the email, info@cbcanetwork.com. For sure. Or you can join the free Facebook group. Also, if you're watching this on the replay, definitely join the free Facebook group, Business Credit Builders Group, CBCA Network. The website should be up here soon, man. We're having some back and forth, some bugs, and just the growing pains of a startup company. She said, I need Felicia to share that Regis info. I asked for that and was told no, and now I'm paying $100 a month. Not sure what that means, Jay. We'll have to find out. My address is an Office Evolution site. There you go, Diane. So you're good to go. Office Evolution is great. I would highly recommend Office Evolution for sure. I was told by Advanced Auto Parts, they're telling me they will give me a commercial on the COD account that can be used at any Advanced Auto Parts, but it has not credit limited and not reported. Yeah, you probably want to get a vendor account. Passive Income. They want me to advise them on how I would like to proceed with the COD. I'm not sure about a COD account, passive income. Sorry about that. I'm not sure about COD. What I would suggest if you're trying to get signed up with Advanced Auto, just go into the Advanced location closer to you. I think you said you're in Charlotte. Just go to an Advanced, get the application, get the store number, and then just send it to the email on the application. I would just apply like that. I would just do that, bro. That's what I would do. Shout out to Passive Income, Carolina's own. Office Evolution. She said, yes, VIP. Yeah, I had to get you in there, VIP, Virginia. You know how we do. For the family, will they look bad, bank and everything set up? You can update your bank accounts. You can update your Secretary of State, Felicia. So you can update all that stuff. I would say just when you get Opus, if you get Regis Spaces or Venture X, I think you're in LA, I can't remember. Just when you change it this time on the Secretary of State, because California is expensive. If you file this in California, California and New York, man, I don't know how y'all do it. I'd be one LLC every 10 years messing with California, man. But if once you file it with the Secretary of State, then you can just update everything, your business bank accounts and everything like that, Felicia. That's what I would do. Now, the other issue you may run into, not necessarily with Dun and Bradstreet, but if you need to update your EIN letter, which I had to, not because of my address, because I actually changed the name of my business. It's they IRS, man. They move slow. You think the post office slow? IRS, man. It's like 8 weeks to get something from them. But that's what I would do, Felicia. I would go ahead and okay, Sacramento. So yeah, if you're in Sacramento, let's see. Do they got something? How far is Sacramento from the Bay? I can't remember. Let's see if they got something for spaces in Sacramento. I don't know. That's a good. Now, what you could do is, yeah. So they got locations in Sacramento. So for you, Felicia, I would do this location in Sacramento. Whoops. Let's do this. I would check out this location. All right. So this is 1610 R Street, Sacramento, California. So that's what I would do. I would check out this location, see if it's cool, if it's on the up and up. Now, the virtual office is going to be about $93 a month. So you're going to pay a little bit more. But again, it's kind of like the cost of doing business. Some would say, but I would go with this one just to have a location and be done with it. You can update your business bank accounts. I think like if you bank with, Bank of America, business bank accounts and stuff like that, you can change all that stuff online. So depending on who your business bank accounts are set up with, once you change it on the Secretary of State and update it with Dun and Brad, you can change your business bank account statements. Uh, you can change all that stuff online. A lot of that stuff you can, like Bank of America, BB&T, Truliant, all of them let you change your information online, so you can update it there. That's what I would do. CDW said I have an Opus site in San Antonio. See, I like Opus. I do like Opus because they give you everything. And again, we talk about how to choose a virtual address. Opus is gonna give you the address first and foremost, and they're gonna give you the local number, and they're gonna give you the 1-800 number, and they give you the fax number. So they kind of give you everything out the box. Let's see. That's why I'm eyeing the read this address, redo on the address as in the future item with all the other checklist items for New York. Yeah, so New York is expensive, bro. New York is expensive, man. So I'll be honest with you, man. I'm gonna give y'all some game. If you're in New York, I would file my LLC in New Jersey. That would just be real. I would file my LLC in New Jersey and then just form file in New York. That's just me. But I mean, if you already filed in New York, then there's nothing you can do. But just in the future, whenever you get ready to start another company, I would do it in New Jersey, bro. But shout out to New York City, man. We definitely pulling up. We pulling up. We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this meetup tour. We definitely in Tampa. Shout out to my homie James. That's family. Um, Georgia, Atlanta, of course. That's no brainer. Charlotte, of course, no brainer. Let's see what else. Jay said I was on the phone for 45 minutes with IRS. Man, them folks. Shout out to the IRS. I don't want no smoke with them people, man. I'm not even gonna say what I was about to say. Andrew, man, bro, gotta let me know about the 4th Corvette play. Just seen Credit Plug drop there. Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. We can chop it up about that, Andrew, for sure. Shout out to the Credit Plug, man. That's the homie. Fuck with this channel. Let's see. Somebody said, let's see. Somebody with the broadcast. I think that's it. Somebody says something I never hear people mention about having a virtual address shared office spaces that you need to check with that area to see if there are any permits, licenses that are required. Yeah, that's true, Professor Kane. That's a good point. But, typically, I would say most startups, you have to check with your state anyway to see if you need permits or licenses. So, again, that's probably step one. So step one is where you would kind of set all that up. We kind of harping in sort of kind of step two. Well, no, really step one. You're right. So when you form the business, it's ideal to do this first. So this is how to choose a virtual address. So yeah, you're right. You probably want to take the time to find out if you need permits, licenses for the type of business that you're in your state, because it's state specific. I was about to mess that all up. It is state specific. For sure, for sure. Black August. How much? I'm not sure what you mean by that, bro. How much? All right, yeah, absolutely, Felicia. You family, so we got you. Is it a hassle changing address with Secretary of State and DMV? Nah, not really, skinny boy. Not really. Not really. You just have to. Well, I mean, you're here with me in North Carolina, so you just got to pay like $12. Because my brother-in-law, he just did it a while ago, and I had to do it earlier this year. It's like $12 to change something on the Secretary of State, and DMV is free. Once you get your Dun and Brad profile, it's free. You don't have to pay nothing. So, yeah, I would say less than $30 if you got two companies in Carolina. But yeah, that's a good question. It's not terribly expensive at all, bro. Shout out to the homie. Townships require along with the state. Yeah, okay. That's true. So yeah, you got to look at your local city, state, and make sure. But yeah, that's a good point. Definitely, Professor. I like that. I like how you thinking, Professor. You thinking strategy. I like that. I like that. He said $12. You lucky. Come on down here to Carolina, man. Y'all need to come on, man. We're gonna do a meetup. Probably before the year out, man. We're gonna do a meetup. I just gotta get this boot camp together. Also, make sure if y'all want information on the one-day boot camp, the 100K business funding blueprint, it's going down November the 13th. I want you guys to text boot camp, and I'm gonna set the link up when you get off the live stream. Text the word boot camp to 980-825-4360, and I'll have more information for y'all. All right. So, but in the meantime, head on over to the free Facebook group. Told y'all I got something special for everybody that's a member of the free Facebook group coming this Friday. Okay. So make sure y'all tap in with me over there. Business Credit Builders Group. Skinny Boy said, cool. Nah, it's 50 to amend. It's not an amendment, Jay Reese. This is not an amendment. This is actually just a update. Yeah, amendment. Yeah, you're gonna have to pay more money. This is not an amendment though. This is just changing information. So yeah, it's like $12. Yeah. Regina said it's $10 plus $3, $13 for the changes seat. Yeah, so it's like $13 to do changes. But yeah, an amendment, yeah, you're gonna have to pay about $50 in North Carolina. Now, New York, whoo, it is what it is. Alabama is the only state that you have to get a license for each property that you have. Dang, really, Belinda? Wow, license like to rent them out, like rental property investment. That's interesting. I never heard of that. But that's good to know in Alabama. Ain't about no single family homes in Alabama. Good Lord. They trying to run it up, man. That's, states, man. They trying to get that paper. Man, you mad at them. Let's see. I had to file an amendment to my address with the Secretary of State here. My company is in Mecklenburg County too. I would say, what kind of amendment did you file though? Because I mean, to change something on the Secretary of State, I don't want to get too off topic, but when I did it, my brother-in-law did it. It didn't cost $50. So I don't know. Maybe they changed it. How long ago was it? What about using one address for multiple businesses? You can, Jade. Now the problem that you have is when you go to the bank, and let's say you get both bank accounts at the same bank, it kind of starts to blur the lines of separating one business from the next. You know, they can kind of say, well, you're doing 5 business. Now, if you got like let's say if you got like a triplex, so on the bottom floor is like a line, let's say you own a laundromat, and then you got some rental properties above the laundromat, and then maybe on the third floor is like office space, then you could do something like that. Or if you using your home address for 3 LLCs or 3 corporations, the corporations I would say no. But yeah, LLC you probably could use one address for multiple. You probably could do that. It would look funny, but I don't think it wouldn't cause you to get denied. I wouldn't say that. What up, Hosea? What's happening, my brother? That's my guy out there in Cali. That's crazy. I spoke to a lady on the phone from Secretary of State too. I think they got me. Ah, man. I hope that ain't the case, bro. I hope that ain't the case, Jay. Man, yeah. Or I don't know, bro. Cause yeah, I know when I did it before, man, I just printed out the form and paid the money. Yeah, it wasn't that much. And then, like I said, once you change it on the Secretary of State, if you need to change like a bank account, like for Bank of America, for instance, Bank of America, you can update your information on your online banking. You don't even have to go in the branch. You don't even have to go in the bank. You can do it right from your online banking. Same with BB&T. Well, True is now. You can do it right on your online banking. You don't even have to, go in the branch to do none of that. Because before you used to have to go in the bank, and one little change with Bank of America, you had to go in the bank for every little thing. Now they got it more better, where you don't have to go in the branch as much, But yeah, man, I appreciate everybody rocking with me, man. Again, I just want to give y'all some game on how to choose these virtual addresses, vet the location, vet the location, vet the location. Drive by the location, make sure it's legit. Walk inside, walk around. Like you heard my man Elwood say, he went to one location in New York. It was more like a kiosk. And he went to another location in Manhattan, I believe, and it was on the up and up. So just vet the location. That's what I did with Office Evolution here in Charlotte. If you need to get hooked up with Office Evolution, just shoot me an email, info@cbcanetwork.com. I'll be happy to hook you up. Also, what else? Drive by the location. We pulled up that one place in Brooklyn that had a vacant lot next to it. So, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, but just something to be aware of. My man, the BP walkthrough. So, I mean, essentially, bro, let's do this. I mean, it's really, not too involved. Now, the one thing, I mean, we'll kind of walk through it. I'll give you my thoughts on the application because, I like to give game when we on the lives. BP fleet card. So let's make sure we're getting the right card. Now, one thing I do want to say about the BP card, because I do promote it in my cheat sheet. They have 2 cards. So if you get denied for the MasterCard, it's probably because of your bank compliance. But they also have a fleet card that's a little easier to get. So if you go to BP Solutions, you'll see they have two cards. So you see this? They got the solutions. Let me see. So you see how they got the solutions with the MasterCard logo, and then they got the regular solutions without the MasterCard. Now, I like the MasterCard logo, BP MasterCard, the one like this, that one, the corporate. But the solutions may be easier to get. So let's kind of go through it real quick. Apply for instant decision. And let's do this. I'll do this live. Let's see if I can get this live. Nah, I ain't gonna do this. I'll do a business credit. application. So here, you're just gonna put your name in, right? Now, when you're putting in the name here, business name, spell it like you spell it on the Secretary of State. Okay. Zip code, everything again, mobile. Here, vehicles, I would say maybe 4, I would say 8 here. Maybe now let's do 5. I would say 5 is a good number. You are an authorized user. Okay. Let's see. So I gotta fill this stuff in. Let me do this. All right. Let's do that. All right, forgive me, guys. I'm gonna share my screen in a minute. Just can't give the public all my info. You feel me? All right, let's see what's next. So years in business. Hold on, let me pull this up. 1 second, family. 1 second. All right, so on this next page, where it says type of business, LLC is probably primarily what most people going to use. So we'll say LLC. How many drivers? I would say 4, 3 to 4, 3 to 4. Statement delivery method, I would definitely do email. You want them to email you. Now, as far as the monthly spend, usually they're going to give you double what you put. So if you want a high limit, I would say 3,000 right there, monthly spend. Now, if you're in trucking or something, put exactly what you spend because y'all probably spend that 3,000. And then that's pretty much it. Now, again, this is for the BP solutions. Okay. So that's not the MasterCard, Reese. Say, can you do the walkthrough? You mentioned before saying you use 10K in gas. Yeah, you could. I mean, if you want a high limit gas card. Now, one thing to keep in mind too is your industry, the type of industry you're in. So that could play a role either way, but most likely, BP is not terribly hard to get. Now the WEX fuel card, it's a little harder. They want that deposit. They really harping on that $500 deposit, especially if your LLC is under a year old. WEX is kind of tough, but I mean, if you need help with WEX, just shoot me an email. I got you. Passive income said BP called me today to see if I got my gas card. Yeah, BP be on it, man. They ship them gas cards quick. As soon as you get approved, man, them gas cards be in your mailbox like less than a week. ASAP. And they sending multiple gas cards too. Yeah, man, get the likes up, man. Please get the likes up, man. If y'all watching this on a live stream, man, get the likes up like my man Daryl said. What up, fam? My guy Edward in the building. Appreciate you tapping in. Haha. So it is 100% necessary for me to change. For Google, I have, I'm assuming there's Bing, List Me, and AllNet 30 and everything but Google. Yeah, Felicia. Let's hop on the strategy call. Let's kind of work through it on the strategy call because there's some plays. I don't want to get too specific to your situation. I would have to see what's going on. I don't want to say something that may, for you specifically that may not work for the next person. So I would say let's work it out on a strategy call. They have the BP Solutions MasterCard and Fleet Card. Yeah, the Fleet Card is a little easier to get. The MasterCard, not terribly hard. But I noticed on the Fleet Card, Professor, that you get higher limits. I do notice that. But, I mean, it reports to all 3 bureaus. So whether you get the MasterCard or the Fleet Card, don't really matter, Jay Reese, I got that free strategy call with you tomorrow. Okay, absolutely, Jay. We'll definitely tap in tomorrow, my brother. Yes, indeed. Skinny Boy said, man, I'm having a harder time with Wex. They keep saying they can't verify identity. Yeah, get with me, Skinny Boy. Send me your email. You know, you got access to me, man. You're part of our online training program. So just send me an email and I'll tap you in with my guy over at Wex. So we'll get you set up with Wex. For sure, for sure. We'll have you set up before the first coaching call, bro. Yes, indeed. My guy Jose said, still getting denied. Home Depot Supply, Home Depot, Office Depot, and a few gas cards. I have 6 trade lines. Did you check my email? I sent you an email with some tips, Jose, and we'll talk about it next week on our coaching call. I know you're in the online training program, but it says, and just got 3 more trade lines, which I will pay the invoice next week. I guarantee you, I will get it. Yeah, we're gonna get you the funding, Jose. You got the mindset. You got the work ethic. I already know what you got going on, so it's nothing, bro. It's my small thing to a giant, bro. Small thing to a giant. I'm using EasyLine for my business number. Am I wrong? I'm not familiar with EasyLine, Daryl. I never heard of them, but as long as it's not a voice over IP number, you're good. Once you use that voice over IP, you kind of in the gray area. So what I would suggest, if you need like an office number or something like that, I would say either Ring Central or Freedom Voice. Google Voice, I would not use. Dialpad, similar to Google Voice, I would not use Dialpad. Now, Dialpad, I would say if you get the landline phone, so they do have the option where you can order like office phones. But if you're using it for like because you can use Dialpad on your web browser too. So like when I have my real estate business, my VA, my virtual assistants, and they will do cold calls, they will use that line in the Philippines. So I wouldn't use it for business funding though. Not for business funding at all. But yeah, man, we've been rocking, man. Hour 45. I use Uma. Okay. I never heard of either one, so I can't recommend. I would have to look them up myself. But Cooking with Luke, whatever that is, that look like some shrimp and I don't know what that is, but that looks absolutely delicious. So shout out to Cooking with Luke and friends for making me hungry. It's about 10 o'clock my time, so we're gonna wrap this thing up again. If you're watching this on the replay, make sure you text 980-825-4360 to book your free strategy call. Okay? 980-825-4360 to book your free strategy call. All right. Appreciate you. Yeah, Luke, that looks wonderful. It says if you already have a voice over song, then can be ported over to cell phone services. That's true. I agree with that, Jay. That's a good point. So she basically saying that if you have a Google Voice number, you can get that number moved over to a cell phone number, like an actual cell number with a SIM card. So you can do that. I would suggest if you want to keep the number. Now I know my man John in Chicago said he's been using Google Voice for years. So I mean, you can use it, and then if you run into issues, then maybe switch it up. You know, John said he's been using Google Voice for quite some time. So, you know, it's really the gray area, man. When you're in the gray area, it could go either way. It could go good, it could go bad. You know, I try to err on minimizing mistakes. Professor Kane said if you contact your cable company, you can have a separate business cable line put into your home office and have Professor Kane coming with the game. Woo-wee. So that's dope. I didn't even know that. That's dope. That's dope. I like that. You know, you can get a separate line dedicated to your home office. So maybe when I build, me and my wife, we're gonna be building a house pretty soon. Maybe we'll do that. We'll build a crib, Professor. I like that. I like that a lot. Yeah, Regina, they gotta get the likes up, man. We gotta get them likes up for sure. I got the West card easy, but with the Klein Fuel Man and BP. Yeah, that's interesting, Edward. I would say circle back, bro. I would say circle back, let it breathe for about a week or two. Get some more trade lines. Do you got the 2 nav accounts, Edward? I think you do. I think you got the 2 nav accounts. I think you do. That's what I would do. And then circle back for sure. Okay. Yeah. We'll definitely have a coaching call next week, man. So hit me before then, Jose. See, I might try to transfer my Google Voice. Yeah, I would do that, Regina. Or just do so I would do that. Either add it as a line on your cell phone bill and just keep the number so you don't lose it. That's what I would do. That was a good point, Jay. Grasshopper's good. Expensive, but it's good. I like Grasshopper. Yep. It sounds like it's about to be the cable hookup for sure. Get the likes up, man. Yeah, man. Y'all get the likes up, man. I appreciate all the family, man. Y'all tapping in with me, man. We've been rocking almost 2 hours. Your home office equals separate room. Boom. There you go. Professor Kane. I said Kane. That is Crane. Professor Crane. Let me not miss the professor's name. Professor Crane is on fire tonight with the jewels. So you can get a dedicated phone line in your home office when you call your cable company. You're going to have to get Professor Crane on the next live stream to give us some game on that. All right. But then again, family, I appreciate y'all rocking with me for as long as we've been on. We're going about an hour and 45. Again, text the number free to 980-825-4360 to book your free strategy call. If you need help, if you're stuck, you're not sure how to get funding for your business. Also, November 13th, we are having our 1-day business funding, 100K business funding blueprint in-person boot camp. Okay, we're also offering this as a virtual option. So if you're interested in either or, text boot camp to 980-825-4360. Boot camp to 980-825-4360. And we'll make sure to get that information to you ASAP. All right. So again, let's see what Jay Reese said. Wait, but didn't you say to use checkout hack for BP? Actually, it's for Wex, Jay Reese. It's for Wex. So it may work for BP too, bro. You would just have to go through the first page and then close out the browser. I don't really like to promote hacks because we don't want to be using hacks. Hacks come and go. We want to have a strategy. So, but yeah, you can try it, Jay Reese. You can definitely try it. We can talk about it more tomorrow on the strategy call, though. But I mean, I just don't be doing hacks, man. Honestly, not shading nobody. I just don't really do hacks. I just apply. If I get denied, I just figure out what happened. That's just me, man. Maybe I'm old school, bro. I don't know. But yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love and support. Again, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you get the likes up. And as always, we'll be back next Wednesday, 8 p.m. with another live stream. So we'll see y'all next week, man. Y'all have a great evening, family. And we'll holler at y'all on the next one. All right, man. Peace.